The NFL draft process is a wild, turbulent, tumultuous time. With rumors swirling everywhere, it's easy to lose sight of what's most important, what each prospect has put on film. Guys who aren't good move up, guys who are really good move down. These few months wildly shift narratives all over the place, which has distracted us from the fact that Jayden Daniels, Heisman winner Jayden Daniels, is really, really good. Easily the second best quarterback in the draft. Drake May, JJ McCarthy have catapulted over him in some mock drafts. But when we turn on the film, look at the stats, any way you want to slice it, Daniels is easily QB2. He can run, he can throw, he completed 72% of his passes in 2023. He's the total package, and all the little things he does on tape make him even more enticing. He's a great scrambler, he can make every throw, he can anticipate open windows, he's good pre- and post-snap, his pocket presence is incredible, and my favorite thing I look for in prospects, full field readers, he excels at that too. Full field reads are when a quarterback starts to one side of the field and reads 1, 2, or 3 of his receivers, and if they're not open, then comes back to the middle or even the opposite side of the field to scan through all of his progressions. We see it less and less in the college game, and even the NFL game too, cause it's so difficult to do, and yet Daniels does it consistently. To read coast to coast, you need to ID the defense pre-snap, post-snap how your receivers are changing their routes to adjust post-snap, and where defenders are, really, without even looking at them. He's excellent at hitting backside digs, which are the hardest routes to complete when coming backside. Backside means the other side away from your first read. Backside digs are challenging because you're not really getting to vision the receiver before you throw. You have to trust your understanding of the defense that there won't be somebody sitting right there in the window. Here, Alabama gives him a zone coverage pre-snap tell with the cornerback Terrion Arnold outside on the tight end Mason Taylor. It's a zone tell because if they played man, the linebacker Deontay Lawson would be one-on-one with receiver Kyron Lacy, which would be a speed mismatch. So after the motion, we still have the zone tell, and Alabama is showing heavy cover 2 zone vibes with Arnold press on Lacy, where cover 2 zone corners bump the receiver at the line and just play a flat underneath, and Bama has the 2 safeties behind him playing 2 deep zones. LSU has the perfect cover 2 zone beater and smash, a corner and flat, where Daniels reads the flat defender, and if Arnold drops, he throws the flat, and vice versa. But as the play starts, Bama has disguised the coverage and is playing man, which totally takes away the smash concept. Almost every other college quarterback is panicking. Somebody who can run like Daniels is taking off immediately to make a play on the ground, but not this man. He calmly resets, doesn't freak out whatsoever, and throws an absolute dart back over the middle. Imagine as a quarterback, you're almost sure of what the defense is doing pre-snap, and you have the perfect beater, but then the play starts and everything changes. Well, this is when Daniels is at his most comfortable. Another thing I like about him is that he is not a robot. You can see it on his film. It's not like LSU staff is just telling him, hey, rip the backside dig no matter what if frontside smash isn't open. So like here where we have the same exact look with 2 deep safeties and a flat defender and smash again, and when it turns into man again post-snap, now instead of throwing the first dig like he did before, he shows poise, waits for the window to develop, and savages Auburn's defense. There were plenty of examples of Auburn, and Alabama too, dropping defenders right into these backside dig windows, but he never forced any of these throws. Remember, just 4 interceptions on the year. This ability to process many different defenders after the snap without looking at them is just one reason I'm so excited about him. Not only is he good at reading an entire defense in the down, but he's also good at focusing on just one defender during all the chaos, and then uses pinpoint accuracy to make the play. Here he is hitting a frontside dig. Frontside is where he starts with his eyes, opposite of backside, where again Alabama is playing 2 deep safeties, and Daniels understands that Lacy's dig is headed right towards Christian's Story, but that Story is leveraged inside of him, which is important. With Story driving on the dig from depth, Daniels has to throw this outside of him to complete the pass, and as I've said before, throwing a horizontal route back shoulder is not easy unless Jayden Daniels is the trigger man. I love his pocket presence. It's not the most pressure ever, but you're going to get tighter pockets like this down in and down out in the NFL, and look at the accuracy on the pass. There are just countless examples of him reading the defense pre-snap, the coverage rotating post-snap, Daniels not panicking at all, and hitting a super challenging Sunday throw. This looks like an all-out blitz with straight man coverage, everybody one-on-one, no deep safeties, so Daniels checks into a man beater with a quick hitch and a fade, where typically everybody is leveraged inside on all-out blitzes, so the fade should be a winner. But at the snap, Auburn drops into really, cover 6 quarter half zone defense, completely snuffs out the audible concept, so once again, chill as can be, easy money. What's fun is Daniels is making these checks himself. He's seeing the one high safety, the man coverage, knows if those don't work to hit the backside dig, so he's processing pre-snap, post-snap, and playing efficiently with good accuracy. You can tell he's a special processor because of the way LSU designs their offense. Sure, there are teams who will try to have their QB read the whole field, but on quick game footwork, quick hitting concepts, this just doesn't happen. Quarterbacks' drops are synchronized with when their receivers come open. This is just a one-step drop to hit the spacing concept up top, which is part of their quick game. When you design a play to have backside elements, you're using deeper 5 or 7-step drops so a quarterback can hitch up in the pocket to evade the pass rush and time himself up with when that dig or crosser or whatever is coming open. But with Daniels, even on just one-step drops, LSU incorporates a backside curl, which he hits on what's technically his 4th read. As I said, he's really good at reading specific defenders during the down, and he can incorporate what's been happening during the flow of the game to find little pockets of open space. Certain defensive systems coach cover 3 zone corners to split the difference between the 1 and 2 receivers. Let's say that each of the 4 wideouts are running verticals. Since you only have 3 deep, the corner splits the 2 receivers since the quarterback usually isn't throwing the most outside vertical. So after a few examples of Quindarius Jones splitting the difference, which we'll see in a sec, look at this ball placement on a type of throw you don't see every day. Daniels is able to hone in on subtle wrinkles in coverage, then can exploit them moving forward. And based on everything we've seen thus far in this episode, football savant keeps popping to mind. It's hard not to imagine all these skills translating to the NFL because he just does so many things well, and we haven't even gotten to his running ability, which is arguably his greatest strength. Now, there is a fine line between quarterbacks who sense danger early in the down and take off, and those who stay in the pocket. Even though Daniels could have torched college football being the former, he is actually the latter. He will stand in the pocket and get through his reads like we've seen, and then he'll take off and show what I believe is rare running ability. Good quarterbacks are able to diagnose the defense quickly in the down and determine their reads won't be open, so they can progress elsewhere quicker. Well, Daniels is that dude. They have this pick play against one-on-one man coverage where Brian Thomas switch releases to free Malik Neighbors, but Mississippi State switches too, so Daniels quickly realizes there won't be anything open at all and picks up an easy 10. Then he's also able to hang in the pocket and get through his reads, wait for the right guy to come open. So many quarterbacks with his speed would just take off and run, but Daniels isn't going anywhere unless he has to. He consistently demonstrates that he has some rare playmaking magicianry late in the down. Now, I do love him as a prospect, but like every prospect, there are negatives. His second level vision, 10 to 25-ish yards down the field, can be a little spotty. It's obviously awesome with the digs over the middle, but there are a couple of plays here and there that I'm just not sure why he doesn't pull the trigger. I'd say his accuracy is good, not great. Sure, these are just a couple of examples here, but take my word for it, he is not consistently hitting his guys in the hands out in front. A lot of throws are just a hair or two off and limit some of his receivers' yak ability. The last issue that raises some cause for concern is his contact balance. We've seen Zach Wilson and Bryce Young come out of college with good ability to extend plays and create, but once they got to the NFL, the moment defenders got their hands on them, they were going down. And that definitely happens to Daniels in the pocket, not as much when he's scrambling down the field. Still, this is a special prospect, and in my 24 QB rankings, a clear number 2 far and away over Drake May. Every year we pick apart these guys. Pro days, combines, interviews, Dove climate accounts spewing random unverified information out into the ether. But at the end of the day, the film is your resume, and Daniels' film is incredible. He excels at reading the defense pre and post snap, reading defenders pre and post snap, has great pocket presence, poise, can get through multiple reads consistently, is an incredible runner, and brings a ton of different skills to the NFL that should make his transition easy as hell. Yes, there are a few question marks, but every prospect is gonna have something. So when the Washington Commanders sit there at 2 with the call ready to be made, it's Jayden Daniels no matter what.